Incoming transmission.
Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I hope that this latest episode meets you well. Hope life has been doing all the things that it needs to. You are out here surviving and thriving. And God is moving and shaking and being cute. That's what I've been saying lately. I've been like, I don't know what you're doing, God, but it's cute. So I'm going to just keep on letting you be cute. So if you hear it in my voice, I am a little tired, but I wanted to make sure that I got these thoughts out my head first, and I wanted to share them with you guys. I just recently came back from a trip. I went on a cruise. Shout out to Dawn, our cruise travel advisor. She really hooked us up. She really helped us out. So if you're looking for somebody to hook you up for your next cruise, give me a shout. Drop a comment down below. I'll give you the link because it was amazing. And technically, it was my first cruise. The other two cruises that I've gone on, I was working. I was with Blackstreet, of course, and we were performing. So, you never really get to. We had some fun on the cruise, but it wasn't like this. It wasn't just to actually like decompress and like enjoy all of what the cruise is supposed to do because you're too worried about schedulings and rehearsals and sound checks and blah, 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 blah. So it was a lot of fun. And one of the things, as we were like looking through excursions and different things of that nature, it was like, I want to challenge myself. I want to come away with this experience with something accomplished, something off my bucket list if I could, something outside my normal routine, or I would say my normal expected ways of having fun. So, baby, this was amazing. So I did my first zip lining, and not only did I zip line, I did 6 of them back to back. I know, right? What a way to actually do your first zip lining. And I have a thing with heights a little bit. So that was something else that I wanted to challenge. What was so funny was we get there, we're traveling. And even the day before, I was even getting nervous. I couldn't even sleep that night. I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to really be able to do this? And I was like, it's too late, LH. You're already here. You can't say no. You didn't pay for it. Okay, let me repeat that again. You done paid for it. So if you done already paid for it, then you need to go with it. So when we got there, it was amazing. First, we went horseback riding. I've never really truly been horseback riding. Did not realize how strong and majestic horses are. I think I have an infatuation now with horses. They're super intelligent, but yet they are these wild creatures, and even though you tame them, they still have this cat-like nature of, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to do when I want to do it. My horse really wanted to gallop and really reflected me. Even though it was being told what to do, it still wanted to do whatever it wanted to do. Or not necessarily told what to do, but it was being requested of something. I can't even really remember my horse's name. We did it in Dominican Republic, and I went to pet the horse after the gentleman told me his name, and it was like Jericho or something like that. And I went to pet him, and I think just that simple pet, and I was like, oh boy, we about to go on a trip. It's just you and I. And he was like, okay. So he walked along, and I was trying to halt him, and he was like, nope. He went down and started eating. He went over to the side. He started eating. He started like standing next to his friends. It was it was kind of funny. But once we started getting going, I started understanding how to take control of the horse. And it was only because this is a big animal. I didn't realize how huge they are. You don't realize until you're actually sitting on them how big they are. And once I was there, it was kind of like, okay, I have to now show the horse that I am due to sit on your back. Like I am one with you. Let's put it that way. I am one with you, and we're going to take this journey together. And it was kind of it was kind of amazing, because once my mindset kind of got into that positioning, it made the experience so much better. We went through the rivers and we went into the mountains. It was like slight jungle atmosphere. It was the farmlands of DR. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then I started really understanding how to just be gentle with this animal, even though this animal is doing me a favor by allowing me to sit on his back and ride, you know? There was something so powerful about that, and it was something so powerful about being one with the very thing that you want to do, and how in that connection you're allowing that thing to actually co-ride with you. So whatever its strengths now are now become yours, and whatever your strengths are now become theirs. And it was this beautiful exchange that I was like, oh my God, I was like, God, this is really amazing. When I tell you, utterly blessed. Then we went ziplining, and as I'm climbing, as we're, they're putting the straps on, the harnesses, and all that other type of stuff. They're showing you what to do and how to safely control it, how to stop yourself, how to slow yourself down, all of those different things, what their hand gestures are to keep coming or to slow down, all of those things. So we go through all of the training, and then it was time to actually stand in line to start walking up these stairs to do this experience. What was very crazy was that there was a family before us, and the little girl had epilepsy, and the parents were a little nervous about her going on this zip line, but she really wanted to do it. And the strength of this little girl was amazing. She was like, no, I want to do it regardless of what can happen. I need to see this through. And it was that type of strength that was like, yeah, you know what? If she can do this, I can do this too. I can see this through, out of the mouths of babes. And I'm climbing up these steps when it got to our turn, and my legs started giving out a little bit. And I was like, oh crap, you here now. I'm standing at the top of these steps, ready to zip line, and I tell you, as soon as the guide gave me this gentle push, and I went sliding across this zip, I was in utter joy that I could not control it, and I was so excited to get to the next one. And as soon as I landed, as soon as I put my feet on the next one, because it was like literally you're going to one zip line to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. It was 6 back to back. And so once I got to the next one, I was excited to do it again, because I was like so thrilled that I got through the first one. So now the second one was like really an experience. And now the third one was like really being engulfed in it. And the fourth one is like, ooh, let's do it again. And the sixth one was like, are there any more? It can't be done. I felt and still feel so victorious by that. So victorious by it. I am impressed with myself, and not being and looking fear face to face and saying F you, and saying, listen, I'm going to do what I want to do because I want to do something different. I have to do something different. And I think that was just a call out to the universe. The universe was expecting me to just decompress, go through my normal routine of, just the light entertainment, not doing anything that was a little risky or a little challenging. No, I wanted to walk away from this trip with experiences and beautiful memories. And I definitely received that. We chose to go on this cruise without, completely disconnected. No Wi-Fi, no nothing. When I tell you it was the greatest thing I think I've done in a very long time, because it forced me to actually interact with people. One of the things that since 2020, of course, I started working from home and all of those things. It has caused me to not really want to really interact with people, and not really understand how to do it, because I got used to being in control of how I want to interact with folks. This was forcing me to have conversations and me to actually engage and actually be inquisitive about other people. So it actually broke me out of this weird shell of not feeling like it. I do this thing a lot at work where, I have to solve a lot of problems, because if there's something that is going on, usually 9 times out of 10, my name is being called, and I have to, you know, take out fires, land on grenades, all of the things. So, and it's not really about like having conversation, and it starts to jade you a little bit, because it's like, I don't want to have these conversations because I know already I have to now problem solve, and it takes so much out of you. This was such a change of pace, being able to just have a conversation with people, and people actually be inquisitive about you just as much as you're being inquisitive about them, and actually enjoying connection, and bringing yourself back to humanity, where it's not just you just being the helper all the time. And sometimes it's just about conversation, man. I think we miss that. I mean, I know everybody is going through, and you need someone to talk to, but sometimes you just need conversation. And it started making me think of just how I interact with all of my people, my own circle, my own family, how I've stepped away only because it's in the back of my head. I'm like, please don't come to me with your problems, because right now I deal with this for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 and 7 days a week. Like I can't. So if it starts to veer into that, I try to make myself available, but it's too much, And so this was just reminding me the beauty of connection again, and it actually ignited me to make some connections, and we made some really beautiful connections, with some people that are now my new cousins, our new best friends, all of these different things. We were making sure that everybody got home safe, trying to see everybody before we got off the ship. It was really, really beautiful, and I'm going to cherish that. I also swam with the dolphins. Well, not technically swam with them, but we had a dolphin encounter, and I thought that was magical in itself. Did not realize how big a dolphin is. Now, a little tidbit about myself. When I was younger, I really wanted to be an oceanologist, and I loved everything about the sea, everything about it. Had a major fear of it, though. Still do, to a certain extent, because the ocean is vast, it's big, it's beautiful. Again, it's majestic. It is God in his fullness. And it's something always so spiritually grounding about, looking off your deck, or your balcony, or being at the top deck and looking on both sides, and you're just surrounded by water. It is something so beautiful about it. And I'm telling you, sea air is some of the most restoring air that is in the world. If you don't do anything else, go on a cruise just to experience the sea, like real sea air, not just laying on the beach. And of course, you can definitely get that type of grounding from being at the beach, because sand extracts. There's a whole spirituality about sand and ocean water and different things of that nature. But like, baby, that sea air, when it hits you, first of all, it is the most beautiful thing when you actually connect with it, and you allow it to actually like just drain your mind of like everything. That relaxation. Now that relaxation is next level. That is spa. That is nature's spa. Get on a ship just to experience the sea air. I am probably about 6 shades darker than what I should be, because that sea air knocked me out, and I was I was laying in the sun. First time, did not put any sunscreen on, so I'm black, baby. I enjoy it though, because I've always said, if anybody knows me, I always said I wanted to be, if there was anything that I would wish God would change about myself, and it would be like, I wish I was dark skin. Like, it's something so beautiful about black people that are like pitch, like that dark, even black, and the way water runs off of them. Oh my God, it's so godlike, and I love it. So whenever I'm on a beach, that is always my goal, to get as black as I can. And this time I really did, to where a lot of yeah. Anyway, But yes, had a dolphin encounter, was able to hug a dolphin, and the dolphin kissed us, and it was just really magical to see how beautiful those creatures are up close, and to experience that as well. And another beautiful memory, and also being in there with people that we didn't know, and gaining connection, and how I'm looking back at these pictures and I'm going, everybody, like, this dolphin brought so much joy to everybody around. And that one thing connected us all. Yeah, we paid for the experience. Yes, you're there to get your money's worth. Three, you know what I mean? You're on vacation. You're going to have fun. But at the same time, that energy of the tricks and things that this dolphin was doing was just making us happy. As soon as the dolphin showed up in the tank, well, not necessarily the tank, but it was like a netted. We were in a lagoon, which was absolutely amazing. This lagoon was incredible, and they kind of like, they gated off, and so the dolphins know to swim in there. Like, they give them certain signals, and some of them just swim in there automatically just on their own, which I thought was amazing. These creatures are so incredible, and I still believe that they hold secrets of the sea. But just when it swam in, and it just it splashed us all. It went around like 3 times, splashing its tail on the water, and it soaked us all. And it was just like, everybody just got so much joy about it, just being connected to this creature, all of us. And the energy of that is connection, which then reminded me about how, my mom always said, to be an atmosphere changer, you step into the room and you have the ability to change the atmosphere. Be discerning of the atmosphere, but also understanding that you can do that one thing that can change the atmosphere. And that dolphin swam in the middle of our circle and changed the atmosphere for all of us. So if somebody wasn't really enjoying that trip, that dolphin excited them, because everybody in that circle was smiling. When I tell you, there were so many just like small lessons, the beauty in interactions, the reminders, from folks. We got close to the entertainers that were on the ship. It was just amazing, and it just reminded me, sometimes you have to disconnect in order to ground, in order to remind yourself of who you are, who you're connected to, and to remind yourself to refill. You got to disconnect in order to fill up your gas tank, in order to go back out into the world and be the atmosphere changer, to be able to walk in your purpose. And I'm so grateful for this experience. Again, it was a learning experience. It was a decompression. It was beautiful in all of its, from the travel there to getting on, getting off, all of the excursions, all of the people, all of the food, all of the entertainment. It was just a beautiful experience. And if you take anything away from this, go outside your norm. Go outside your norm and do something that is going to tell the universe that, no, I'm not going to stick to my regular routine. I'm ready for change. I'm ready to do something different, because I'm ready to elevate. I'm ready to remind myself of how strong I am, how beautiful I am, how purposeful I am, and what I can do for the atmosphere and the rooms that I walk into. So yeah, I love y'all. That's all I got. And till next time. Yep. Yours in shadows and in starlight. LH. I'm out, baby. Yeah, baby. I hope y'all missed that.